Hello, thank you for joining me. My name is Deborah Carr. If you haven't been here before, I also write as Georgina Troy and I write as Ella Drummond. So I write historical fiction as Georgina Troy. I'm waiting for edits for my 2026 book for HarperCollins. I write for One More Chapter, one of their divisions. And at the moment, I'm actually writing my 31st book, which was my 16th book as Georgina Troy, that will be published by Boldwood Books. And this is my Hollyhock Farm book with, because there's 4 books, I'm writing the 4th book. So these are all my notes, and those of you who have been here before will know I have one of these. So I had 4 little booklets on the stringlet. This is my character details, but I've actually put them all together because it's a series. So this is book 1 through 4 with all my characters. So it's like eye colour, what car they drive, whose friend they are, that sort of thing. So that's what I'm doing today. But I have actually had, so I'm on a deadline for this book. I was hoping to finish it by Sunday so that I could then go through it before I deliver it on at the end of June or first week in July. But real life gets in the way, as it often does, but this time it was quite in a big way. So if you haven't been here before, I have 3 little dogs. They're rescues, so we don't know their exact ages. They're all from Spain, as a lot of the rescues in Jersey are. Or there's some from Romania, and there are local rescues too. That's one of them shaking his ears. That's probably actually Claude. So Claude is my smallest dog, but he's also my oldest dog. And last week, he seemed to sort of get quieter. He was weeing at least once a day in the house. He was drinking more water. He was hungrier. And when we went on our walk, he was much, much slower. I had to go very, very slowly with him. And I wasn't sure what was wrong, so I booked him an appointment at the vet, which was supposed to be actually tomorrow when I'm taking one of the other dogs, because of course they're all the same age, so they're all getting ailments at the same time. But on Friday, I really became concerned because he was very different in himself. And although he's such a sweet little dog, he was sort of trying to act the same, but he was slower, and there was definitely something not quite right. So I booked an appointment with the vet, and they said I could come in on Saturday. But I actually said, could I have an emergency operation? So I had to wait till afternoon when those sort of became available. Obviously, they keep them until then in case there are emergencies. Went in, they did tests, and I thought it was fine and that I'd hear from them in about a week. And within the hour, I had a call to say I had to take him to the veterinary hospital, which is a bit alarming. He needed to go on a drip. He was put in a drip, and he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. So he was there for a few days. He's doing well. It's still not quite right, but we've got another appointment first thing tomorrow. But I've learnt to inject him, which is a bit scary. But bless his heart, if it was either of the other 2, I'd either have my hand bitten off or there'd be such hysteria. That's Rudy. Very, very terrified of anything medical. I honestly don't know how to be able to deal with him because he's so strong as well. So, but little Claude, he's the sweetest little thing, and he's been very, very good. And at the moment, he's got one of those sensors, Libra Free, I can't remember what it's called exactly, on his back, so I can scan his glucose every so often. And we feed him twice a day. Rue is struggling because they can't have treats, because he shouldn't have treats, so I don't want to give them treats, not him, obviously. So it's been quite a learning curve, and that's since last Friday. So yes, real life got in the way, and although I tried to write, I'm more concerned about my dog than I am about getting this book done. So today we're back to as normal as we can be today. We've got our new normal today. We're sort of getting there, and it's just getting used to these things, really, isn't it, I guess? So I will be working on my Hollyhock book again today. Yeah. So do you want to come up, Claudie? Do you want to say hello? Come on, Poppy. Come on, baby boy. There we go. Come and say hello. Oh, there we go. This is my little Claude. This is my little Claude. He's such a good boy. He's such a good boy. And oh, this is the little thing on his back. He's so good. If he didn't have that, which he doesn't feel once it's on, I would have to prick his ears several times a day to check his bloods or his glucose levels or whatever it is. And I don't think I could do that. And I don't think he'd like it. He already wasn't liking it in the vets. So yeah, it's my little Claudie. You're doing well, aren't you, Bubba? Roo, stop whining. I'm not lifting you up. You're too heavy. Roo loves his attention. So yes, so that's what I've been doing this week. But I will be getting on with my book because I do need to get it done. It takes me about, I've talked about this for about 30,000 words to sort of get into the story, and I'm now there. It's easier in one way with the series because you already know the characters, the setting, that sort of thing. But every book is not the same setting, and with my series, although the characters tend to pop up throughout the series, certainly the main ones, so the ones from the first book, I do have different protagonists for each book in the series. So each book can really be read as a standalone, but if you read it as a series, you will obviously find out more about the place and what happened to the first characters and that sort of thing. Their story sort of carries on in the background, so you sort of sit. So in that respect, it's not so easy, and that's why I have, why did I put it away? One of these, because then I can remember. Because when you end up with all those characters, it gets, well, for me, I can't remember all the details and things like that. But that's what I'm doing, and it's fine, and we're getting there. So at least Claude is feeling a lot better. We will, and after we see the vet tomorrow, it'll be better again. I don't have a tea today because I've finished it, and I don't have anything to eat because I finished that ages ago as well. So yes, but I've got to mow my lawn actually. Ugh, it's looking dreadful, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I need to focus on one thing at a time, and right now I'm focusing on finishing this. Well, not finishing it today, that would be nice, but I'm not. But trying to do 1,000 to 2,000 words today to get more of the story down. So if you're having a lovely day, I hope the weather's nice where you are as well. It is sunny this afternoon now, but we've had days of rain, and we've got a guest over. My son's fiance is over from the States, and bless her, we've had such gorgeous weather for weeks, and it has been miserable. I mean, we had fog this morning and yesterday, so it's not been good. Today it's windy, but it's sunny, and I think going forward for the rest of our trip, it should be nice. So he is hoping, because we want to give the best impression of Jersey, don't we? They're now talking about, we're starting to see adverts and information about the Jersey Festival of Words coming up later in the year, which is very exciting. Katie Piper, that wonderful inspirational lady, is coming to Jersey. She'll be one of the talkers there, and Mick Herron, another author. So slowly discovering who's going to be on. I won't be speaking at the Jersey Festival of Words this year. I think people had enough of me. I spoke at the festival last year. I actually did a couple of chats. I did one as Georgina Troy, and I did one as myself with Jenny LeCote, because we're two historical authors writing about Jersey during the occupation, and we spoke about our books then, which was wonderful. I'd never met Jenny before, and within meeting her, within 5 minutes, I felt like she was an old friend, which was really, really nice. Her and her husband, lovely people. So that was nice. But this year I will just be in the audience, and I will look forward to it. So I don't have to prepare anything, and I don't have to get nervous. Not that I really get very nervous. But yes, I'm actually looking forward to it. It should be fun. I'm meeting my Blonde Plotter girls, Kelly Clayton and Gwyn Bennett, on Saturday. We meet up quite a lot. I met Gwyn, was it last week? No, I don't know. Yeah, last week, the week before, probably earlier last week. Anyway, I'm waffling now, as I tend to do. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and that's it for me today. Because basically my whole week has been pretty much acting as nursemaid to my little Claude. But he's getting there, and I'm getting used to the injections. Eek. So have a lovely day, and I look forward to chatting with you another time. If you haven't subscribed, couldn't think of that word for a second. If you haven't subscribed, please do, so you get updates every time I post another video, which I do once a week, just a short one of about sort of 10 minutes once a week, and I will post a short. I'm also going to be posting a short soon of some most beautiful bluebells that I saw on our walk yesterday. So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.